What's going on, everybody? And welcome to the Black and Blue Injury Report for the New York Giants on November 18th, 2022, as the Giants are just a couple of days away from their Week 11 matchup at MetLifeStadium, taking on the Detroit Lions, as the Giants, who are currently now 7-2 on the season, look to improve their record up to 8-2 and get ready for a very important home stretch against 5 divisional opponents and a couple of other games that are not going to be easy. And the New York Giants have just officially dropped their game statuses for this Sunday's game against the Detroit Lions. So the Black and Blue Injury Report is going to go as follows. The one player that is definitely out for this game that will not play is tight end Daniel Bellinger, which is no surprise. Bellinger was not expected to play this entire week. Bellinger is still at least another week or two away from returning back to the field after that devastating orbital break that he had on his eye against the Jacksonville Jaguars a couple of weeks ago. So he will be out of this game. So the Giants will still be out without their starting tight end, Daniel Bellinger. He is out. And right now, the New York Giants look doubtful to have Evan Neal, who did get a couple of practices in this week, but it's looking unlikely that he's going to play this Sunday against the Detroit Lions. So the Giants are going to be going with Tyree Phillips again at the right tackle position, as well as Matt Parrott and a couple of their other backups and jumbo packages. So Evan Neal is doubtful to play. He will not be out there for the New York Giants. Tyree Phillips will be taking over at right tackle again. Today, the Giants actually have 5 players who are questionable for this game. And that, of course, is Dane Belton, clavicle injury, Joshua Ezeudu with a neck injury, Kenny Golladay with the hamstring, Dexter Lawrence with his back, and Wan'Dale Robinson with a hamstring injury. I believe that Dane Belton, who has been practicing limited all week, as well as Kenny Golladay and Dexter Lawrence, those 3 players will definitely play. They'll definitely be out there for the New York Giants this Sunday. And head coach Brian Daboll, at his afternoon press conference today, did say that he's optimistic that both Joshua Ezeudu and Wan'Dale Robinson, the couple of rookies for the New York Giants, the second-round rookie out of Kentucky and the third-round rookie out of North Carolina, will be available to play this Sunday. But I guess the Giants are just going to see how both players progress throughout the next day or two before they make a final decision on Ezeudu as well as Wan'Dale Robinson. And in fact, if Ezeudu doesn't play and Lemieux does not get activated off the injured list, that the Giants might in fact end up putting either Nick Gates over there at the left guard position, or they can call up a guy like Devery Hamilton from the practice squad. So right now the Giants goes as follows. Daniel Bellinger will not play with the orbital fracture. He's out. Evan Neal is doubtful for this game. He has the sprained MCL. He will not play this Sunday either. So 2 Giants definitely not ready. I think Evan Neal will be back next week against the Dallas Cowboys for Thanksgiving. And I believe Daniel Bellinger, if he doesn't return next week, he will be back at least around either the Washington game or the Philadelphia game. So expect Daniel Bellinger to be back when the New York Giants start playing against their divisional rivals. And in terms of the questionable players, Dane Belton with the clavicle injury that he suffered back in training camp and preseason. He's questionable right now to play, but I expect him to be out there and give it a go. Ditto for Kenny Golladay with the hamstring injury. Both Belton and Golladay, as well as Dexter Lawrence. Lawrence did not practice on Wednesday, but he was able to get a couple of limited sessions on Thursday and Friday. Even though he is questionable with a back injury, I believe that Dexter Lawrence will play in this game unless head coach Brian Daboll wants to play it safe and hold him out until the Giants get ready for the stretch run into the rest of the season. The only questions right now are rookies Joshua Ezeudu with the neck injury and Wan'Dale Robinson with the hamstring injury. And while head coach Brian Daboll did say he's optimistic on both players, it's still not a guarantee or a certainty that both players will be active and play for this game for the New York Giants taking on the Detroit Lions. So that's something to monitor heading into the next couple of days, is the status of Joshua Ezeudu and Wan'Dale Robinson. And if Robinson doesn't play, it's probably going to give more opportunities for Richie James, for maybe David Sills gets reactivated. You obviously have Marcus Johnson, and then of course you have the undrafted player they picked up as a free agent last week in Isaiah Hodgins. So the New York Giants are going to be looking to those guys right now, as well as Kenny Golladay, if he can get out there, will maybe get some more opportunities on the football field to see what he can do for the New York Giants. And in terms of Joshua Ezeudu, if Ezeudu does not play and the Giants don't activate Shane Lemieux from injured reserve and he's not active for this game, then there's a possibility that Nick Gates, yes, Nick Gates, who's been playing mostly in jumbo packages as an extra offensive lineman in 12 and 13 personnel, he could even be having a chance to shift over to left guard, or maybe the New York Giants call up offensive lineman Devery Hamilton from their practice squad and decide to insert him over there at left guard. I can't say Matt Parrott and I can't say Jack Anderson. I think Jack Anderson is mostly an offensive tackle and he's mostly a jumbo package offensive lineman, and I don't think Matt Parrott is suitable enough to play at the guard position. So I think that the Giants are going to keep him as an extra offensive lineman just for those big packages, and he's going to be either the swing tackle or he's going to be the fourth offensive tackle on the New York Giants roster behind Evan Neal, Andrew Thomas, and Tyree Phillips. So that is your black and blue injury report for the New York Giants, November 18, 2022. I'll read it one more time. Daniel Bellinger is out for this game with an orbital fracture and eye injury. He will not play. Same thing with Evan Neal, who is doubtful to play with a sprained MCL. Both guys might return next week against Dallas. For Bellinger, maybe it's the week after against Washington. Dane Belton, Joshua Ezeudu, Kenny Golladay, Dexter Lawrence, and Wan'Dale Robinson are all questionable for this game. Belton, Golladay, and Lawrence I expect to play. Wan'Dale Robinson and Joshua Ezeudu could be a little bit more of a question mark, and they could possibly miss this game, even though head coach is optimistic for both of those players heading into this game. Belton with the clavicle injury, Ezeudu with a neck injury, Golladay with a hamstring, Robinson with a hamstring, Lawrence with a back injury. So if you guys like this video, please hit the like button below. Sub up if you haven't already to NYGJeffyT85 for more breaking news, injury, and roster updates and chatter surrounding the New York Giants. Turn on the bell for notifications on the next video or short that's going to be dropping on the channel surrounding the New York Giants. And let me know in the comment section what you guys think about the game statuses for each one of these key players for the Giants, and if you think that some of the players that will be out for this game might impact the team going into this game this Sunday against the Lions, and some of the players that could be questionable if it could impact them as well. So I thank you very much, everybody. Have a great rest of your Friday. Let's get ready for the weekend. Let's go, New York Football Giants. As always, together blue, everyone.